Heyo, heyo, guys, girls, and everyone in between. This is Rebellious Pastry here, and alrighty, I'm going to start the show by saying welcome back to the Hobby Interview Show, guys. We had the show on Monday be audio games because last week didn't work for two reasons. But we're back to it. We're back to Wednesdays after this week. So yeah. So I'm gonna go over the usual spiel of hobby interview things, but yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and just say we're going to be. Or wait, I'm actually just gonna start the show because I'm gonna be spoiling answers if I were to go ahead and say anything else. But yeah, we're going to start with the whole question. Oh, also with the hobby interview show, we have some preset questions. But after we're done the preset questions, you guys can ask questions about the hobby that is being interviewed about. If you try to ask any general Q&A questions, though, I will take your comment down. But yeah, anyways, so we're going to start with the most basic question in the entirety of the universe and ask you, what is your name?
Well, my name is Arcee, short for arsenic, not arson. I don't condone burning down any buildings, even though they're pretty.
I love that.
Yeah, it's like the most common thing I get with my name. They're like, "Oh my gosh, is it arson?" And I'm like, "No, I do like fire, but it's the element because poison."
Man, I'd be more the element of light, but that's beside the point here. Anyways, so what is your pronouns so that the batch knows the batch and your friends, apparently, know what to
My
call you?
pronouns are she, they. I also occasionally use Z-them pronouns, but not very often. It's the XEM pronouns, by the way,
Oh
because
yeah,
spelling is weird.
I've heard of those pronouns too. Just yeah, I just like to ask um, because if the guest is also trans, then yep. Anyways, um, so what is your social media like your YouTube and stuff?
So my YouTube is
And then
Arsenic Butterfly with
go ahead
like.
and send them to me in the DMs so that I can
Okay, hold
post them in the
on.
chat.
I gotta go grab a link.
But you can continue talking about the show while your channel as you're grabbing the link for it.
So my
Gosh,
YouTube
Sophia's in
is
chat. That's crazy. With the
Arsenic
Peter
Butterfly
Griffin
with
profile picture.
Go ahead
That's
and
face.
send them.
That's one of my friends.
Alrighty, that's good. That's cool.
we have people in chat.
Ooh yeah.
Doesn't love people in chat.
Mhm. And then, so I'm gonna go ahead and stick the. And is this your main channel?
Yeah, I do have a second channel that I post like random memes on.
Would you like me to go ahead and put it in the chat as well?
Yeah, let me grab it real quick.
And then, if you have any, TikTok or any other things that you want to promote, I
do not use TikTok. Ooh.
I just ask that, no servers be, promoted. But, yeah.
Yeah, no, I don't really have anything else. Like, I have a Reddit, a Twitter, but those aren't really focus around art or anything, or really appropriate for your audience, probably.
Yeah, I tend to want like E for everyone kind of stuff to be promoted. I'm okay with like PG-13 stuff, but but I primarily want like E for everyone kind of things and like PG-ish. But yeah, so there we have two YouTube channels, and I'm gonna copy and
Uh,
paste.
my main channel is not.
Is not what.
Uh, my main channel is not super duper child friendly. Like, it's definitely not like kid focused content. Talk about like mental illness a lot in my 2 videos. Like, my second video is literally like a societal analysis. So if you are uh, watching this on your iPad while mommy makes dinner in another room, you should probably not check out my channel because it's not really made for you.
But yeah, just so you know, the batch is people of all ages. So
Yeah, I know. I'm saying like people who are watching who are younger. My stuff's probably not really for you.
alrighty, so I'm gonna go move on to the more like show-based questions. But
Alrighty.
what hobby are we interviewing you for today?
So today I'm informing you about the wondrous art of drawing stuff sometimes.
Drawing stuff sometimes. So how long have you been doing this?
So honestly, I
What's
can't
the
really.
background noise or like the?
Hold on a second.
All right, you're good. Anyways, I hope you guys are having a good day so far. I but yeah.
Okay, yeah, a friend I haven't seen in like actual months just showed up like randomly.
Oh,
So
cool. But yeah. Um. Anyways. Hello, Bone. Anyways. Back to the questions. And for those of you guys who are on the channel, for those of you guys in the chat, feel free to ask RC any questions about drawing. We'll go ahead.
I have the
Uh,
chat pulled up on my phone, so
so we're
you
going.
guys can ask me stuff.
So we're going to go ahead. All right, turn up my mic. Alrighty. Alrighty. Let's see. We're going to remember how to turn up our mic now, but anyways, so anyways, I got all right. So please, so I got distracted as I sometimes do on the show. I'm going to go ahead and say like feel free to ask your questions at any time. We're going to save asking the fan-based questions till the end. After we are done with the preset questions. If you are asking a question, please put either at Rebellious Pastry or put at Rebellious Pastry or put like a donut emote after what you're saying so that we know that you're talking to us, not each other. Keep in mind we're moderating all comments, but we don't want to accidentally read in the middle of a conversation. Anyways, so we're going to go ahead and continue asking questions now. Let's see here. And then, So, did you fully answer how long you've been doing this for?
Oh, yeah, sorry, I got interrupted by my friend.
You're good.
I've been drawing since I could hold a crayon as a child, and I've kind of never really stopped. Like, when I was in like second grade, I was the drawing kid, and people would ask me to draw various things, even though I wasn't very good at it yet. And I've just kind of like developed my skill with it forever. I've recently started working on like teaching myself digital art, which has been a little bit more challenging, but I'm slowly getting the hang of it.
Also, I do not use the donation link. I have tried to get rid of it. But anyways, I don't use the donation link. Also, um um and then how did you find drawing? I know you're
Uh,
probably not going to remember because you literally found it when you were 2, but let's just try to find an interesting answer to this question.
well, I mean, you always give kids like crayons and paper. It's supposed to be like developmentally good, I guess. I remember my mom used to give me like little notebooks to draw in when I was a kid. And I remember one time she was like really impressed by this stick figure I drew because I drew the stick figure and then
Buy
I
a
scribbled
stick
over the body to
figure.
give it clothes.
Buy a
She was
stick
like,
figure.
"Wow, so
Wow.
creative to like draw the clothes that way." And I was like maybe 3.
How do you remember that, or did she tell you later on?
Uh, I just remember random stuff. My actually like my clearest first ever memory is of me spilling ink on the carpet, like blue ink, specifically blue ink. And I mentioned that to my mom, and she was like, "You were like 2 when that happened. How do you remember that?" And I honestly don't know. I just have a really good memory.
Fair enough. I have a very interesting first memory, which I'm going to save for a video because it's disgusting. And it's also
On
not having to deal with this show. But yeah, anyways, so why are you interested in it slash why do you do it?
I don't know. Drawing's just fun.
Fair
It's
enough.
not really much more than that.
And just so you know, for this next question, I get very nitpicky on it because it's like, keeping in mind how like this show is basically like meant to go ahead and like give people exposure to different hobbies, but like, um, we're going to go ahead and go with how much does drawing cost? And yes, I'm going to make you include everything you use to draw.
Okay, so if you're talking digital art, uh,
We're
uh,
talking every medium of drawing this
well,
episode
I'm gonna just like
that you do.
split this up. I'm gonna like split it up into categories because it's easier that way.
Fair
We're
enough.
talking like digital art. A decent like basic drawing tablet is probably about like 30-ish dollars. The one that I use was like $300.
What
Uh,
kind?
it's
What kind is it?
the brand is Gaomon, but I don't remember the specific model. It's like the cheapest screen drawing tablet on Amazon. And I use Fire Alpaca as my software, which is free and open source. You don't even need a drawing tablet for it. You can just use like the curve tool, which I did for a while. As far as like physical medium drawing goes, it can be completely costless or it can be super duper expensive. If you want, you can just like go out to the dollar store and buy a pad of paper and a pack of pencils and start drawing, or you can like go to an arts and crafts store and spend hundreds of thousands of dollars on various art supplies because it scratches your brain. I'm very guilty of doing that. I love art supplies.
I same here, but I tend to like I tend to put it on the holiday wish list so that
My my most common like medium of choice is like uh printer paper or a drawing pad, which are usually around like $50 for a good one, and Sharpie gel uh ballpoint pens because they're just really good. Like they're such good pens.
so like what kind of drawing pencils do you use and how much do those cost?
Honestly, I've never been a fan of drawing pencils. I just use Ticonderoga uh um number 2 pencils because they're really good. They erase well. I like
May
the hardness on them, but
may I ask you why you're not um why
I really
why you don't like the drawing pencils?
I really like having an eraser on my pencil so I can just flip it over. And drawing pencils don't do that.
Wow. But anyways, sorry, I'm just laughing at how like straight and to the point that was. Why don't you like drawing pencils? Because I like erasers. And we all know how bad. But yeah, oh man, sci-fi is like I have an 100 pack of those big old pink erasers. Do you need some?
Oh, no. I have some like fancy like art erasers. Like I have a kneaded eraser somewhere, and I have the like white gum erasers. Those are nice. I just most of the time use whatever pink one is on the other end of my pencil. If I'm even drawing with pencils, which lately I've been drawing with pens, which is a
Um,
risky business because your mistakes are permanent.
yeah, that's why I personally do not like drawing with pens. But this ain't much. This ain't. I'm not being the one interviewed here. Um, but yeah, I just wanted to ask why you didn't like the drawing pencils because that's like kind of an unpopular opinion on the or within the hobby, so that's why I wanted to ask why.
I'm very odd when it comes to like traditional like drawing as far as artists go. Like most people like to draw holding like closer up on the pencil, but I draw with a pencil holding it like I write with. And I don't like sit up when I'm drawing. If I'm drawing and I have the freedom to, I'm hunched over on the ground, like destroying my spine.
Ouch. But since you mentioned digital drawing, I'm going to ask you how much your computer is.
uh It's like literally the cheapest PC I could possibly find. It was $150 on Amazon, and it's an Asus computer. And I put an Among Us sticker on it so it just says sus because I have
Oh man.
underdeveloped humor.
Yeah, luckily for luckily for you, I laugh at most kinds of humor. Um, but yeah, I would say that the like art packs with everything in there is about like $30 if you don't get like a really high quality one.
Yeah, Ticonderoga pencils. I got them on Cyber Monday a while ago, and it was like $25 for like 150 pencils or something ridiculous like that. Like I have so many pencils, I'm never gonna use them all.
But yeah, and then is it one cost or is it something that you keep on paying for? So one
Depends on your style.
let me go ahead and like emphasize what it means what I mean by one cost and what I mean by like something you keep on paying for. So like
Like,
one cost
do
would
I have
be
to
like
like?
let me go ahead and finish what I'm saying here with this one.
Okay.
But like one cost would be like once you buy it and you don't have to buy another one unless it breaks. stuff that you have to keep on paying for. The easiest way to go ahead and explain this is like stuff like if you have to have a subscription for this, or if like there's like supplies that you have to continually like buy a lot of. Like let's say let's say for sake of argument you like to make stuff out of clay. You would have to continue buying clay.
Yeah, so like digital art, that's usually like a couple one-time purchases. If you break your drawing tablet in a fit of rage because your software crashes, then you're probably gonna need another one. Uh, but it's pretty much like one-time purchase because a lot of drawing tablets are built pretty well. And for physical art, like you have to keep buying pens and pencils most of the time.
Yeah, I do
I don't know
find
why I
it
said that like there was more.
I do find it funny how you mentioned like rage breaking your equipment. Because like
Yeah, that's the one thing about digital art is it is not super cooperative sometimes. Like sometimes stuff just doesn't work. Like the other day I was drawing and the pressure sensitivity on my stylus just was not working, so I could not get line weight and I was so pissed off about it.
yeah, what was I going to say? Oh yeah, the only time I've broken a drawing tablet wasn't the tablet itself. It was the fact that the wire got too frayed. Um, I have really bad luck with wires, but that's beside the point here. Um, yeah, anyways, do you make any money off of your art?
Sometimes I do commissions occasionally.
Do you have a link for your commissions?
Uh No, not one that you could use because most of the commissions I get are not safe for work.
Ew, yeah, that's the one reason of why I don't get that's why I don't do commissions.
Yeah, it pays pretty decently, but you do have to sell your soul. So,
Eh, I refuse to draw NSFW, so there's that.
yeah, that's fair. It's really not for everybody.
Um and then I forgot what question I was on. All right, and then so you make money off of commissions. Any other ways?
Uh, I mean, if you make money off of drawing, it's usually some form of commission. It might take different forms. Like it might be like, "Oh, can you draw this picture because my little brother really likes dinosaurs? Can you draw a dinosaur? Here, have $1." Like, or it'll be like, "Hey, I'll pay you to help me paint this because you paint well. So can you do a cool design on this?" Like stuff like that, but most of the time it's just some form of commission.
So
Commission is basically the like catch-all term for hiring an artist to make art for you in some form.
so like just on average, like I know that there's like different tiers and stuff in general with commissions, but with but on average, how much do you make up based off of I would oh man, but yeah.
$5 to $10 for uncolored outline, $20 to $40 for color, depending on the complexity.
But yeah, don't worry, sci-fi's joking. Probably. Yeah. Anyways, and then, do you have any plans to make, money in the future off of your art?
Well, I do have like no promises because I have many abandoned projects, but I have set this one up specifically so it's harder to abandon. I've been working on a horror project kind of behind the scenes. It does have a website for it, and it's just like little short stories right now,
Would
but
you
I'm
like me to
thinking of adapting them.
would you like to go ahead and send me the link to that?
Okay. I don't know if you can post it given your like audience because it does contain themes of like violence and cannibalism and like fear. Uh,
All right,
so
but like so the rule sheet is what we say on air, but like what we share, it's basically my rules on like links on like people taking people going to like your stuff is do it at your own risk, but I do appreciate
right.
the trigger warnings with it too.
Yeah, okay. So here, let me pull up.
But yeah, I'm just gonna put TW slash um
Yeah, probably like gore. Uh, there's some sexual themes, but not a lot. But mainly like gore, mild sexual themes, violence, and cannibalism. Those are the big ones, and obviously horror.
um cannibalism. I'm probably gonna spell that wrong. Yes, I did spell that wrong. Um
So, Sophia's in the chat talking about the cannibalism. They've read the cannibalism.
Alright. We're gonna keep that spelled wrong. Cannibalism. Um is there a lot of blood?
No, it's more like, I don't know, artistic, I guess. Like I do describe organs though.
So cannibalism. What else? Um
Uh, just
sorry.
a gore warning is probably sufficient.
Gore and then horror. Alright, yeah, it sometimes takes me like more than a few times of people repeating stuff before it gets written down. It's just me. Nothing you did. Um and then yeah, and then do you have other plans to make money off of your art?
Uh,
Can you repeat that? You kind of broke up a little bit.
I
Um, you're breaking up a little bit.
do it better now.
Um, yep.
Okay. I do not have any like other plans right now to make more money off of art.
Like any plans in the future? Like, have you considered like making
Maybe like
prints or something?
not really. I mean, I kind of just want to do what I'm doing now.
Fair enough. And then how many hours a week do you typically spend on slash with? Oh wait, there's no with. But how many hours a week do you typically spend on your art?
Uh, very inconsistent, but I'd say like
On average.
around maybe 16 hours a week. Kind of like have two states of art, not doing art, and then staying up till 3 a.m. doing art. There's not really an in between.
Fair enough. But yeah, just like thinking about on average.
Sci-fi, that's Latin, by the way. You can translate that if you want to.
And then um forgot what question I was on. But yeah, so you would say around 16.
Yeah, about.
16 a week. Yeah, that seems fair. And then how easy is it to have other hobbies in your opinion?
Pretty easy. I don't really do a lot of like stuff after school or anything, so I've got a lot of free time open. Like I play video games and I do music as well, so it's pretty easy to have other hobbies,
Yeah,
especially like in conjunction with like drawing. Like for example, with the music, like designing album artwork or something. That's stuff I do sometimes.
oh yeah, and or animation.
Yeah, I'm not super into animation because it is very, very time consuming. But if anyone watching is, I highly recommend learning OpenTunes. It's a free open source software, and it is really, really good, but it is also complicated and takes a little bit to learn.
Yeah. Um. So let's see here. And then would you consider it to be a social hobby?
Not really. It's pretty personal.
Fair enough. Some hobbies are more social than others. And then, how easy is it to work with others?
What do you mean?
So like, so for this context, since this is a question sheet I ask on every show, um, but yeah, um, so, um, I tend to ask this on like every show, so yeah, in this case, it'd be like collaborations.
Oh, depends. Some people are easy to work with, some people are not easy to work with. It's very, I don't know, yes and no, I guess. Sometimes collaborating is easy, sometimes it is not. Depends on the person and the project.
Yeah, I say that's a very very fair answer. Honestly, if I was being interviewed for this, I would say the same thing. But then I'm not being interviewed. I'm the interviewer, so there's that. And then do 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 do. And then so we already went over, is it easy to work with others, and then these these next these next two questions can be answered in a variety of different ways, which I tend to go for I tend to go for like I tend to go for like every single possible answer to this question, so therefore I might ask these a few times. But so how has drawing helped you, both in physical, mental?
I use my art like frequently to deal with like mental illness and that kind of stuff, especially horror. Like I find that horror is a very effective medium to like translate my feelings and put them in a way that it's easier for me to understand and also for other people to understand.
Fair
It's like
enough.
very therapeutic.
Yeah. That tends to be like a very common answer when it comes to art. No, I'm not trying to downplay what you feel about it. It just tends to be
Yeah,
a
no,
very common
I
theme.
it's one of the best parts about art. I love that people are able to find like mental health relief in art. I think that's a really good thing.
Yeah. How else has it helped you?
Uh, that's kind of the main one.
Like any other side things that it helps you with?
Not really.
Fair enough. Yeah. Anything that helps with mental health is a really good thing to go ahead and have. And then what are the downsides of art? Because let's face it, not everything. But yeah.
Uh, Creative motivation. Like it is so easy to just like lose motivation to do stuff, which is why I've set up my current project to be like very short. Like I can do parts that are short when I have the inspiration to do it, so that it's like, because I've started a lot of projects and just never finished them because I lost the inspiration, or I guess like the drive.
Yeah. So you're saying like
Downside.
art block?
Yeah, art block. And also it's just time consuming.
Yeah.
Especially digital art. Digital art takes forever.
Fair enough. I feel like there's like two forms of art. I feel like you're either like you're either drawing more cartoony things or it takes forever and a half to finish things.
Even drawing cartoony things can take a while.
Oh man. I feel like in my personal experience it takes longer to have cartoons move than to draw them. But then again, I have an extremely simple style, so there's that.
Yeah, my styles. I have a lot of styles that I draw in.
Fair enough. Um, and then do you have any other downsides?
uh, Not really. For the most part, drawing's a pretty nice activity, and I highly recommend people who are interested maybe take it up. It's fun.
And then that what a lovely segue into my next and final question, which is the $1,000,000 question of this show, and is the reason of why this show exists, which is would you recommend it to others?
Yes, I would. It's really fun. It is definitely a skill that you need to build up, and personally, in my opinion, classes like your classic art classes aren't really going to help with that. It's kind of something you just got to like teach yourself, and you got to work to get better at it. Like I am good at art because I've been doing it since second grade.
I definitely
You
agree
also
that
don't have
it's
to do it
continue.
anyway. Like you can make it whatever you want. Like it's up to you. If you want to like splatter a bunch of paint on a canvas and like then smack a handprint in the middle of it, then go ahead and do that. I've done that before. It's fun. Like art can be whatever you want to be as long as you're not asking an AI to do it.
Yeah. Oh man, you would really love the video that my online best friend made. Then he he made a video about how AI cannot replace real artists.
Yep.
Did I send that one to you?
You might have. I don't know.
Um.
I've watched a lot of videos about AI art.
Yeah. Yeah. It was his first video in a while, and so I kind of like to share it around everywhere to help it get like more exposure. Um, but yeah, I'm very like amazed with how he animated the hands with this one. But you know, anyways, I got sidetracked with my online best friend's video that I watched now twice. Anyways, um, anyways, that's it for the preset questions. So if you guys have any questions, please go ahead and ask them. For Arsenic, I'm going to start off my question here by asking you if you like um what what kind of mediums have you tried with drawing?
I've done a lot of mediums. Uh,
Like what
Main favorites
mediums?
have been so I've
Hello?
done graphite,
Like
I've
have you done
done ink.
charcoal? Have you done Wait, I can't
Yeah,
hear
that's
you.
oh,
Hold
you
on.
can't?
I'm gonna see if it's on my
Uh,
side. Um, do.
a little like green circle.
Hello.
Hello.
Let's see.
Let's see.
I'm gonna
I'm gonna
reload.
reload.
Um,
Hello?
um, I hate equipment sometimes. It is annoying as fuck. Hello?
Can you hear me better
Alright,
now?
I'm going to fuck around with my settings again. Oh, man.
Cat, can you hear me?
Hello?
Hello.
Wait, I
Wait,
think
I
it's
think it's
the... I
the.
think
I
my
think my
headphones died,
headphones died
actually.
actually.
Oh, man.
Oh man.
Let's see.
Let's see.
Plug
Plug
these
these
suckers back
suckers
in,
back in.
I guess.
Gus.
We love
We
the
love
pastry.
Pastry.
Struggling with
Struggling
their
with
equipment
equipment
sometimes.
sometimes.
Um... Alrighty.
Alrighty.
Hello?
Hello.
Hello?
Hello.
Wait.
Wait.
I am...
I am.
I am a fucking idiot. Wanna know what happened?
But
I muted my fucking computer.
fun. You gotta love that.
And I didn't know it. I thought, okay, yeah, so I was the issue. Anyways, I was just kidding, ish. But anyways, I'm gonna ask
Chat,
you
I'm
that.
sorry about the echo. My headset is not the greatest,
That's
so
understandable.
it picks up the stuff that's coming through the speakers.
Nothing's really going through right now, other than that one time where I was asking what's up.
Oh yeah, mediums. I've done graphite, I've done ink, I've done acrylic paint, I've done watercolor, I've done digital art, I've done spray paint once, that was fun. I tried to do charcoal, but like the sound it makes when it touches the paper like is deeply upsetting to me on a visceral level.
Oh yeah, I've done charcoal before. Also,
Also really messy.
Also, can you DM me some examples of your work so that the batch can go ahead and like look at it?
I don't have a lot of it. Like I mainly just have digital art on my computer.
Just like whatever you have, like send one of each style
Alright.
if you have it.
Let me grab stuff. I mean, the main issue is, like I said earlier, a lot of my stuff ends up being not safe for work, so...
Yeah, just make sure it's channel appropriate as far as like showing me.
Can send you some examples of digital art styles, but I don't have, like...
Apparently...
one...
Let's see. Apparently, according to Newble, your thing is echoing, but yet I'm not hearing it. Maybe it's because I had like my headphones that I thought were dead plugged in. I don't know, man.
Maybe.
Anyways, we're gonna continue on with the show. We're done with Pastry being an idiot hour. Nah, that's all the time, guys. You guys already know. Maybe not Newble, cause she is kind of new to me. But yeah, anyways. Anyways, so, is it still echoing? Is it on my end, or is it on... Okay, echo stopped. Alright, so it was on my end. Alrighty. Anyways, let's stop being an idiot, Pastry. Oh yeah, continue on with what you're saying about, like, the, drawing mediums. Oh yeah, right, you said that how how charcoal is a, like, auditory issue for you.
Yeah, I cannot with the sensory of charcoal, it is...
When I've worked with charcoal, I have... Oh yeah, right, I asked you to, we're not going to go with the random Q&A-ish questions today. Anyways, so, yeah, so what's your experience with graphite?
Graphite is definitely what I'm best at. Really like how, like, physical the medium is. Like, you can just grab it and, like, smear it, and it's... I don't know, it's really nice, and like the pressure differences, changing the color is really nice. Like I just like graphite.
Oh man, the smearing is like an issue for me. But that's
Better
just
when you
me.
do it like deliberately.
It's just so messy because I like my hand like leans against the paper.
Yeah.
But yeah, enough about me. So out of all of your like mediums you've tried, what's your favorite and what's your least favorite?
Uh, Definitely watercolor. Watercolor is the worst. It is so hard to do watercolor. Like anyone who color, like
Oh,
really, I have
can
so
you
much
repeat
respect for you.
can you repeat that? Your audio broke up. Can you repeat that? Hello.
Did you? Is it
Can
broken?
can you go ahead and repeat that? You broke up again.
Oh, my favorite is probably digital art, and my least favorite is watercolor because watercolor is really hard.
Oh man, like people underestimate how hard watercolor is to. Oh my god.
Watercolor is very much like ink. It's where any mistake is permanent, except it likes to flow around, so it's even less cooperative.
Yeah, as far as painting goes, I'm not a big fan of watercolor either.
I'm definitely more a fan of acrylic. I have a couple pictures of my acrylic paintings that I can send to you. I'm just kind of scrolling through my image folders looking for any of my art.
Fair enough. So I let's see here. Let's see here. Um, let's see here. Wait, who are you talking about in the chat? But yeah, watercolor. Yeah, apparently it's a very unanimous thing to struggle with watercolor. So it's pretty unanimous. But yeah, I clicked on your YouTube again. Yay! Totally not what I'm going for right now.
Yippee!
I'm just making fun of myself because that's what I do on my shows. And off my shows.
Okay.
But yeah, so like, how did you choose the art style that, like, how did you decide what main art style you wanted your OC in?
So I have like, I'd say like three main art styles. I have my super cartoony art style, which is stuff like my Discord profile picture, which chat cannot see, but it's kind of cartoony. And then I have like a more like stylized style that I use for my commissions and stuff, and when I'm like drawing on paper because it's easier. And then I have like my horror style, which is like more detailed and stuff, which is more obvious in my paintings than anything.
Alrighty, actually, can you email me, like, with the channel email, which I'll send to you, your art, because I just remembered that Discord really loves to mess up the file type. I learned this last hobby interview,
Oh, like,
episode.
does the stuff that I sent not work?
It Discord tends to not, Discord,
Can you
let's
try
just,
it like using regular Discord first? Because I did kind of have to dig through a lot of files to find these, and I don't really want to do it again.
fair enough, wait, wouldn't you, like, just take, let's see here, what files were these originally in? Like, were they, like, in PNGs?
Yeah, most of them are PNG.
Alright, Discord just really loves to go ahead and, um, screw up the kind of files that they are. So, anyways, I'm gonna figure this out while you answer some more questions. Yay! Have you ever
All right, chat.
have you ever have you ever taken a more traditional like drawing class?
I have, but I hated it. My favorite art classes are the ones where I am allowed to just kind of do stuff and they give me the materials to do it with. That's the best way for me to learn art.
Yeah, as a part of like my IRL obligation, let's see here. I'm gonna see if I can email myself. Anyways, enough with my tinkering around. Anyways, so um oh yeah, I did like a object drawing class thingy, and man, was it so hard to draw a glass bottle. Ah, it was so hard to draw a glass bottle, you would not believe. But yeah, anyways, so like, what has been your experience with art classes?
Uh, Generally not my favorite.
Fair enough. It's so hard to grade art as well for the teacher.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like art doesn't really work well in a traditional classroom setting. Like art is very like not categorizable or like measurable. Like an ideal art class is just giving kids a bunch of art supplies and then like giving them like some instruction on how those supplies work and then just letting them make stuff.
Fair enough. Um, let's see here. Hey, chat, do you guys have any questions? Because I could ask.
Yeah, see Hummus Hero is asking about animation.
That would not fit
I
into this, okay. Oh, yeah,
that doesn't
animation
I mean,
does
I feel
not
like
fit into
animation.
the episode, because we'd have,
Oh,
like, a
okay.
different episode for animation. But you can answer it if you want, because frame by frame exists.
Well, I mean, most animation, if it's 2D, is frame by frame. But I have tried animation. It's a pain in the butt, and it takes forever. And I generally prefer animatic format to fluid animation, which is like animation without all of the stuff in between. Basically a sequence storyboard. And my favorite professional animators, that one's hard because like there are animators that I like, but a lot of them are not very nice people. Like I
Wow!
love Vivzy work, but Vivzy as a person is pretty terrible.
Wow. What is your favorite art style in which you, um, of whether you do it or not?
Uh,
Like, what is your favorite art style to see or to produce? Or actually, I'm gonna change that a little bit and be like, make those two separate questions. I'm gonna say and instead of
so
or.
I generally prefer more like unique art styles. Like a lot of people like for a while just drew in like anime style for everything, and I like stuff that isn't that most of the time.
Um, like, what's your? All right, this is going to be kind of an interesting question, but what's your thoughts on my style?
Uh, I mean, it feels very MS Paint core, and I mean that in like the best way possible. Like it's very nostalgic.
Yeah, I definitely like the simplistic style because it makes things easier to animate. And it's just how, like, it's just very, like, easy to animate the, kind of style I draw in, so there's that. Um, which I'm, so, what is your favorite art style that is not yours?
Uh,
And who is it? And who is it by?
I okay. That one's difficult because there's a lot of art styles that I like, but they are not exactly appropriate artists. Like, uh, I don't really follow a lot of like for work artists' work.
So you
I
tend
don't
to do
know.
mostly like not safe for work things.
Yeah, whether it be like, because of like lots of blood and gore or because of nudity, like I don't know.
For whatever reason, my brain just thought of NSFW as the sexy stuff, but you know.
Yeah, no, it very much includes horror and gore.
But yeah, yeah, I'm on the opposite end and tend to only go for safer work. Um, that's just how I am though in all elements of life. Um, but yeah, um, and do you feel do you feel like the same feelings with like traditional versus digital, or are the feelings different?
I mean, traditional art is cool, but I feel like the most accessible form of art is probably digital. Like everything's digital now because you can share it with people easier. Like traditional art is cool. Like I love seeing videos of people that like paint the side of a building or whatever, but like generally more of a digital fan, I guess.
And then is your all right, I'm going to reword this question, but let's see here. Is your is what you let's see here. Do you
You're talking
think
about the one that's like media influence on my art?
Yep, I was going like does
Yeah.
yeah, I'm going to ask it like or let's go ahead and try to go ahead and understand how she wait, how
I
she asked
think
it.
that media definitely does have pretty big influence. Like if I am on like a horror binge, I tend to draw more horror art. Uh Specifically music does have a lot of influence. Like if I am listening to happy music, my drawings tend to be happier. If I am listening to like MCR or something, I end up drawing more emo stuff. Like I feel like if you want to draw in a specific genre, find the music that helps you draw in that genre and you will be a lot more successful at it.
So would you describe your main art style as emo or not really?
I mean, you can't really call an art style emo. It's more just kind of the vibes. Like that's a very complicated question. I don't think we can really get into it here.
Is it because of like the um code of conduct that I have?
No, no, more just like I don't think we have time to dive through the entire history of the emo subculture. Like
And that wouldn't really fit. That wouldn't really fit with
yeah,
the hobby, unless you.
this is the hobby show, not the RC Chan talks about the rise of the emo subculture for 6.5 hours show.
Yeah, you could do that on your own if you wanted to.
Could.
But anyways, enough with pastry giving people ideas for what they do on their own channel. Um, but yeah, that damn pastry. Sometimes I'm kidding.
That's crazy.
All right, I figured out how to life now with these screen thingies. Okay, I
P.
made it work. Yay! Now I'm gonna shrink these a little bit. Just so you guys know, I literally like took these, put them in my photos, and then screenshotted it from my photos, and now here we are. So why don't you go ahead and describe these from, like, do you see what order I have them in?
Where are they posted?
They're posted on the, like, stream thing, on, like, the stream wallpaper. So you have the chat open, correct? Do you have the general stream
Yeah.
open, or just the chat?
I have the chat and the stream, but I have the stream muted for obvious reasons.
Yeah, same here. But, like, or do you want me to just send you the screenshots I currently have? Would that be easier?
I don't know. Let
Alright.
me try and figure this out.
Let's see.
Okay, yeah, I got your screenshots.
Alrighty. And then I have another one, because I couldn't fit it all in one go. But yeah, I feel like the top left one is going to take the most explanation.
Okay, yeah, the top left one is okay, so that was a painting I did. And it's kind of like honestly, I don't know if I really feel comfortable explaining that one. That's one that I more like just want people to look at and like kind of get the vibe of, because it's, yeah, kind of intense. Some background, some RC lore that I don't really feel like sharing.
Fair enough. But yeah, let's see here. I like your biblically accurate angle OC. Is that what you were going
Oh
for?
yeah, that's an arsenic butterfly.
Alrighty.
Yeah. And then the rest, except for like the last one in that first screenshot, are just versions of my goofy little character.
Oh,
I don't
I'm
remember.
gonna go on order, but like what is the second one?
Oh, the like biblically accurate one.
Yeah.
It's an arsenic butterfly. And yeah,
So
blood.
literally what your name is named after.
Yeah, it's an arsenic butterfly. It was my self Sona for a while, but then I changed to the current one that looks more like me.
I'm gonna be brutally honest and say Pastry don't look like me anymore, but I still want to keep them as they are because I like the character design too much. But anyway.
Yeah, that's fair.
So, and then I'm going to go ahead and like physically like scroll, kind of scrollish. But yeah, what's your thoughts on how I drew your OC?
Boobs are kind of big.
I don't tend to, it tends to just be like, I don't know how to explain. I don't like tend to put much thought into how big or small.
It's kind of accurate to me in
is.
real life because I am a D cup in real life.
Oh man.
But
why did you say that on show?
Is that inappropriate?
I'm gonna let it slide, but if you'd say that again, I'm gonna strike you.
Okay. I know society is weird about women's chests sometimes.
Yep. Anyways, let's continue. I don't like to think about that part on characters that have them. So I just tend to go with whatever I feel like is right.
That's fair.
But yeah. So I'll go ahead and keep that in mind for next time. And then what is the cat thing in the first screenshot?
Oh, That's my persona.
Would you like to go ahead and explain the what do you call it? The design journey with your
I
person?
was trying to come up with an animal to be my persona, and I couldn't decide on one, so I made a cryptid instead.
Fair enough.
That's pretty much the whole story.
And then we're gonna move on to the second screenshot, which is probably the same thing drawn twice.
Uh,
Or
so
wait,
that's
it looks like it's from the same thing though.
yeah, that's like a mystical forest goddess thing, and then one of the theoretical cultists for said forest goddess.
Hmm.
I just like drawing monster creatures a lot,
Fair enough.
so yeah.
But yeah, so like, do you like to draw more of other people's characters, or do you like to draw your own characters?
Generally my own characters. I've drawn like 2 pieces of fan art in my entire life.
Yeah, I tend to like to either draw my own characters or people who I know.
Outside of like commissions, obviously, because commissions, it's whatever the other person wants.
And then, as far as my, um, as far as like, I forgot. Okay, as far as I go, I tend to like to draw either my own characters or my friends' characters. Like I like to know the creator who I'm drawing their character. Um
Yeah,
for shows I tend to draw the other person's character as well on the thumbnail. That's why I asked for your character.
yeah, I was gonna draw the thumbnail, but I just lost motivation.
Yeah, and then I didn't want to time myself out like I did last time I offered someone else to draw the
Yeah.
thumbnail.
Yeah, that's why I said I might do it when you asked me, because sometimes I
And
just
I
don't
give
feel
people
like it.
deadlines because I don't want to be screwed over.
Yeah.
Is there any other, like, obviously chat questions that are in the chat, or should I continue asking more of them?
No, but I do agree that we live in a society. Bum 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 ba da bum.
Oh, man.
Uh,
Um, alright, I'm going to go ahead and just be like, imagine I roll by Pastry.
yeah, that's the correct response to an Among Us joke.
But yeah. Anyway, so you like to go ahead and draw more of your own characters.
Yep, I have a lot of OCs.
I have I have most of my OCs are parallels to real people.
Most of my OCs are original. I actually have like an entire like massive storyline with all of them, like very expansive world and stuff. But I am not going to get into that because it is
A drawing.
a lot.
It's a
And
drawing
yeah,
show, not a
yeah,
story building show, because that's literally happened 2 weeks ago.
yeah. I popped in that stream for a little bit.
Yeah. So what is your favoriteest thing that you've ever drawn?
Can't talk about it on stream.
Is it NSFW?
Yeah.
So much NSFW. Alright. But yeah, what's your favorite, like, channel appropriate one you've done?
Probably that pen and paper drawing of my persona. I really like that one.
The one that you sent on over to me?
That one's probably my favorite.
And then what's the least favorite thing you've drawn?
I don't know. Probably anything I drew back when I was cringe.
Fair enough.
Like anything I drew in elementary school is probably on that list.
But elementary art is something else, though.
Yeah.
Um, let's see here. So like, let's see. So you say that's your favorite medium is graphite or digital?
Digital.
Um, and then we already touched on like if you animate. I'm just trying to think of like what else to ask you. Specifically to drawing. So have you ever tried realism before?
I have, and I hate it. Realism is. Okay, this is like a huge hot take, but realism is stupid. Like, I don't know why so many art teachers focus on realism. Like, a whole, like, oh, here's a picture. Draw what you see in the picture, and it's like, why? You literally have a picture of it. Why would I spend time drawing something exactly how it exists? Like, that's not fun. Why would I just, like, why?
I
This
think
isn't the
it's
1800s. You can just take a picture.
I think the reason why people draw realism is it's like practice.
Yeah, I guess.
Like my online best friend is actually working on some drawing more realistically now. And I'd say it looks pretty good. But yeah. So like how do you feel when you're like interacting with other artists?
Uh, Honestly, I don't really talk to other artists about art very often.
May I ask
Like,
why?
it's just, I don't know. I'm not really, I don't tend to associate with people because they're artists. I found that that's like not a very good way to build a friendship.
I definitely feel like art is a good way to meet people, but
Yeah, but
just
like,
being friends with someone because of their art is kind of artificial.
like occasionally, like I have some friends that I talk about art with, but also it's mostly not safe for work, so can't
Oh,
exactly talk about it.
fun. So may I ask you um why you mostly do not safe for work stuff?
Well, I mean, partially it just has to do with my interests, like because I'm into horror, that involves a lot of gore, which is obviously not safe for work. So, like, you just kind of end up doing that. And also, like, my own struggles with my own body, like, artistic nudity can be, like, a really good way to express that. And also, it's just kind of fun sometimes. Like, I don't really know what else to say.
Yeah, I don't personally find it fun, but then again, I'm the most arrow ace person, or one of the most arrow ace people you will probably ever meet.
Yeah.
um, and do you feel like, when it comes to what do you feel like tends to be contributing factors to like what art you make slash what your art looks like? Like, what do you feel like goes into like how your art, like how you portray your
Uh,
art?
Kind of just make stuff that looks good.
Just like,
Like, I don't know.
um, did I word that weird?
I mean, like, are you asking, like, what contributes to my artistic process, or?
What elements do people tend to like? What elements of like what are this? I'm sorry. I'm having such a hard time like wording this. I'm usually pretty good with like explaining what I mean, but this one is just kind of a problem and a half. But like, so like what like um like why can't okay. Um how does one ask this? But yeah, what like what influences what you draw? Um like how does your life impact your style? How does your life just like what elements of your life? Like for me, I don't tend to draw NSFW because I'm ace. If you know what I mean.
Yeah, I mean, I tend to draw a lot of stuff like regarding like identity and gender because of like being trans and all that. And like since I use art primarily as like an outlet, when I'm like feeling mentally unwell, my art tends to get very loud and violent. I like one of my pieces, I literally like did paint my hand and just splat it against the canvas.
Was it like red paint?
No, it was black paint on a red background.
Interesting. And when you see that kind of stuff from others, do you tend to relate to it?
I do. Like, I like looking at other people's art. Like, just generally, other people's art is cool. I like looking at it sometimes. Also, like, all of my social media algorithms are kind of tended towards like memes and stuff, so I don't see other people's art very often.
Fair enough.
Like, I do use Tumblr, and I follow the artist tag on Tumblr. I don't know. Should I send people a link to my Tumblr? I do post my art there sometimes.
Sure.
All right.
But yeah, I but yeah. What's your like story on like how you created your OC? Your main one.
Uh, I just kind of drew myself in a goofy little way one time, and that's what it happened. Like, it literally was birthed from a doodle that I don't think I even have anymore.
Oh. But yeah, oh man. But yeah, what other questions to ask? Hey chat. what what kind of questions do you guys have for RC here? Hello Sammy Pammy. Is that one of your friends too?
I believe so.
Alrighty. Um, I feel like your friends have less of an incentive to ask you about these things because they could ask you in real life.
Yeah, well, a lot of these are online friends.
Fair enough. But like, um, ah, my brain. Oh man. Oh yeah. Have you ever considered drawing a comic?
Yes, I have. I feel like that'd be really fun, but also, once again, time. Like, if I didn't have so much time spent daily in school, I would totally do stuff like that. But, I just don't have the time between that and also, like, music and writing. Like, maybe one day.
And then when it comes,
I lost you. There? You just kind of said when it come and it cut off. Uh, Tan. Yeah, never. Yeah, your audio kind of like died for a little bit back there. Well, because remember that chat doesn't see us actually live. Chat sees us from like 30 seconds ago or so. Huh. Yeah, can you guys hear me? Like, phone guy impression from Five Night Freddy? That's crazy. Okay. Well, hello chat. Uh, you can't hear them, but Pastry is gonna try and fix their audio. So I get to babysit you. Baby, how are you doing, chat? By chat, I mean just Sophia.
Alrighty.
Chat delay is real.
Alrighty. So I got my audio semi fixed. Anyways.
Baby,
Um, just so you guys know, I don't go by she pronouns. I go by they he.
ah, and the
Anyways.
responses are just coming in. Sophia, don't eat dirt. It's bad for you.
But yeah, anyways, sorry about that.
So remember, chat, you are like 30 seconds behind. Like, I only see your responses to my stuff like 30 seconds after you say them.
Alrighty.
Or like, you only see my answers to your stuff 30 seconds after I see them.
Um but yeah, anyways, sorry I got kind of fucked with my audio there for a second, but I'm back. Oh man. Um it's Sam. Alright. Alright. So let's get back to the show, guys, girls, and in-betweeners.
Yeah, yeah, Sammy, I know who you are.
Um but yeah, anyways. So like if you were to start a comic, would you have it be more the cartoony style, or would you have it be some of your other styles?
I'd probably do it in the more like realistic but stylized style, because just like my cartoony style, the characters do not have many bones, and it's kind of hard to pose them.
Um my characters are pretty boneless as well unless I'm animating with them. Then they have plenty of bones because I got to move them somehow. Um
Yeah, that's fair.
but yeah, as far so like how much of a role does your gender tend to play when it comes to like how you like draw your stuff? How
Uh,
much does your gender and sexuality play into how you draw your things?
don't know how to answer that in a way that's appropriate for the stream.
That's okay. So are you pretty like in real life, are you pretty not like channel appropriate?
Yeah, very much very much so. I'm very much a PG-13 person.
Yeah, I tend to go with more PG stuff in general. Like G is too restrictive, but yet
Some
R
could
is
argue I'm R-rated even.
and like PG-13 and R just seems too gruesome for what I'm trying to portray. Like I'd
Yeah,
say with
our target audiences are very different.
yeah anyways oh man d- so let's see here. How often do you use colored pencils? I meant to ask this earlier, but
I don't like colored pencils, honestly. They're kind of a pain to work with.
but yeah, yeah, um, anyways, so let's go ahead and talk more about like your let's go ahead and let's see here. Um, what is there any questions that I haven't addressed that you would like to address?
Uh, Not really. Uh,
Um,
Unfortunately, like I said earlier, our audiences are very different.
yeah, so um, may I ask you why you tend to draw a lot of gore?
Because I'm very mentally ill, and it helps me with my mentally illness. Like, I don't know, plus body horror and gender dysphoria are very similar.
Oh
Like,
man, gender dysphoria. I'm. Let's just say that me and RC are going the opposite way.
yeah, we're the kind of people that would just like swap body parts. Like,
We'd swap.
yeah,
um, but yeah. Um, do you tend to draw things more femininely because you're trans femme?
yeah, yeah. I don't draw very masculine stuff. All of the men that I draw are twinks.
Fair enough. I tend to I tend to go ahead and draw very androgy. Um,
Fair.
I um the reason why pastry looks like how they do is I literally drew them when I was more cis. And yeah. Um as much as I hate to go ahead and end shows early, I'm going to go ahead and do so this time.
Yeah.
And yeah. So I'm going to go to closing announcements and have you basically say everything that you said like previously. As far as like what you're doing with your channel and whatnot.
Oh, I guess if people want to experience horror stuff, I guess, then they can go check out my channel and that website that got linked earlier. Uh, I have other stuff, but this is not the place for that. Uh, I don't know. Am I allowed to like say my Discord if people want to get in touch?
I don't like it. I don't like when um I don't give my Discord out to the batch.
Okay.
So I like to keep Discord out of it.
All right. Uh, I don't really know what else to say then. My Tumblr. Did you end up sending my
Oh
Tumblr?
no, I'm sorry.
If you guys want, you can like DM me on Tumblr or send me an ask or something.
But yeah, I tend to not like it when fans like DM me. Friends are different, but um Wait, I accidentally did something to cause.
Yeah, your mic dramatically.
I accidentally switched to my phone with my elbow. Because I'm an
Ah,
idiot sometimes. But
that's fair.
yeah. What was I going to say? Um, but yeah. I'm going to go ahead and shoot over your Tumblr. In general, I don't like to go ahead and like have fans DM. Or I already did. I don't tend to like fans to go ahead and DM just because I like the whole separation between like
That's fair.
fan and friend. But I have had like a few people who have been considered fans become friends. It depends on my comfort level, whatever, whatnot. But yeah, that's why I don't
Yeah.
like to have people be having their Discord tags in my chat. And yeah, so what I've been doing is yes, it's still like I'm gonna be very late with this, but I kind of messed up on a few things with this one, but I'm gonna be posting my April Fool's Day special soon, which,
Yippee.
which it's actually a real video, but every year, this year was just delayed due to off the channel things, I, um, but I pretty much do this little skit. I have the one from last year with my online best friend who basically where I go ahead and trick the chat in thinking that I got kidnapped, and
Oh,
that's the joke part. And then and then the person who quote unquote kidnapped me tells the base what they do with the channel if they stole my channel, and then I get away is basically
and
the basic plot line. And this would be the fourth year of this special. But yeah. Since most of the chat is currently RC's like friends and base. Wait,
we have
or
like a
friends.
total of 3 viewers right now.
Yeah. It tends to be what tends to happen with these shows. Like we have a lot of people who like to watch later. Um, so
Yeah.
that's how that tends to go.
I guess if I remember, I'll come like check the comments occasionally. So if people want to ask more questions, they can.
But yeah,
No guarantee that I'll see them though.
but yeah, anyways, I haven't really had someone like volunteer after the show to go ahead and um like volunteer to answer the questions after the show, but that is very cool. But yeah,
I mean, I don't really, like I said earlier, I don't really have a lot of stuff to do.
fair enough. So basically since most of this chat is RC's people, I'm going to explain myself a little bit, even though this is my channel. But I'm basically so I am Rebellious Pastry, short for Rebellious Pastry Productions. I know that's a long ass name, but basically I tend to do a lot of storytime animations, and I do like my what used to be supplemental stream shows, but now it's basically most of my channel because animation takes forever and a half, as we have all mentioned. So I tend to do most of these kinds of things just because, I don't like to be that person who everyone thinks is dead because they haven't uploaded in a minute and a half. And also, these are just fun to do in general. So, it's just a way to keep the channel alive and just learn about different things, different hobbies. And when it comes to audio games, which is the other show, it tends to be a silly way to go ahead and just be silly on a show mostly.
Yeah.
I would say out of audio games and this show, I think this show, the hobby interview show, is more professionally done. Audio games is still has the basic structures of the rules and stuff, but it's more of a game show, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
The only time people are fully not allowed to swear would be the swear jar episode where we basically have to make up swear words. So that's the reason why you're not allowed to swear on swear jar.
Uh,
But yeah, I don't normally mention myself on these episodes. I just noticed how there's a lot of people from RC's group over here, so that's why I decided to introduce myself. The only
hi
time
guys.
But yeah, the only other time I tend to introduce myself is if we're doing a double stream with a different channel, because
Yeah.
whenever double streams happen, I do not I unless we're talking about a channel who I'm very close with, most people don't know who I am.
Yeah.
But
Well,
yeah,
you got more subscribers than I do. I have like 11 right now.
yeah, I'm trying to get that number up, but then again our audience is very different. But
Yeah,
yeah,
I'm pretty sure most of my subscribers are bots anyway.
damn.
Well, I mean, that's when I have 11. Like, 1 and then a 1. That's how many. Like, if I had one more finger, I could count it on just my hands.
Yeah, I have 661 just because I'm like just because I'm a lot of places sometimes.
Yeah.
And I'm how does one explain this? I tend to be a person who people actually want to see their stuff just due to how I am, I guess. But yeah. And also your audience is more niche while mine I want to make it so that people who are double digits, meaning 10 and up, can watch it at least. But yeah, I want to be more of a family friendly just because it's easier to get traction that way. And it's easier to
Fair.
go ahead and appeal to more people that way. Of course, there's going to be audiences that I will not reach, such as the Coco Melon crowd.
Yeah.
But
I tend to just kind of do what I like to do, and then the people that like what I do follow my stuff.
yeah, I tend to do what I like to do too. But I would probably say I'm more of a family friendly person in general.
Yeah, I'm definitely more like older teen and adult oriented.
Yeah, I like to be good for all ages. And hello, Mogo Olvi. I are they one of yours? Cause
Huh? Who?
or are they brand new? Mogo Olvi.
I don't see that person in chat.
Are you in top chat or live chat?
Live chat.
Alrighty. But yeah, anyways, do you have an outro?
Uh, no. I tend to just kind of end stuff.
Yeah, this normally is how stuff goes, but yeah. Anyways, I'm going to say my outro, which is I platonically love you, my donut batch, and see you in the future to come. Bye.